Hello everybody! My name is Rachel and welcome to my channel Kalanati. Today's video is going to be something slightly different from what I've done in the past because BooktubeSFF Babbles are a thing now. If you don't know what the BooktubeSFF Awards are, I will link the Goodreads group and the Tumblr page down below. This is the second year that the awards have been running, and it's my second year not totally participating super well. Last year I just didn't do much of the read-alongs, but I nominate and vote every year now. So this year, BooktubeSFF Babbles is a new thing that Paul, one of the judges, came up with to invite more community participation and give a way for more booktube creators to participate in the awards and talk about things. So the idea is that once a week on Thursday there is a topic related to the awards, science fiction and fantasy and recommendations and stuff, and you talk about things. And I'm going to attempt to do some of these videos. To kick off BooktubeSFF Babbles, this week's topic is shortlist plans and your reaction to the shortlist and the things that have been announced today. I'm filming this on Monday, but you're seeing it on Thursday. So I'm going to read through the shortlist and tell you what I have read, what I haven't read, my thoughts on things, and what I plan on joining in for the read-alongs. There are 4 categories, and I'm going to start with the big one first, of course, and that is Best Novel. And I'm gonna have to preface this by saying 2 things. In the 2016 awards season in science fiction and fantasy, I think there are just going to be a couple of books that keep coming up on shortlists that I really disagree with. Like, there are a couple of books, like, well, I'll get to them, that I don't think are that great, but everyone else does. The second thing is that I don't have a good track record with Brandon Sanderson, and I have banned myself from reading his works now. Not gonna go super into that because I don't want to be offensive to his fans or anything. Sanderson is a huge fantasy author on BookTube, and that's cool. I've read 3 of his books. I disliked each of them more and more as I read them, and I'm just not reading any more by him. And you're gonna see why I just said those 2 things. In the Best Novel category, A Darker Shade of Magic by Victoria Schwab. This is a book that I tried to read. I got about 40 pages into it and then I DNF'd it, and I don't intend on trying to read it again. It's one I don't think is all that amazing. I mean, I DNF'd it, but a lot of people disagree with me. People really seem to like that one. Uprooted by Naomi Novik. I just read this book and I just did a really ranty video on it, so that tells you everything you need to know. The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin, which I actually have right here. This is one of my favorite books of 2015. It's a fantasy novel, and it's one of the ones that I nominated for the awards. I don't think I'm going to be rereading it. We will see how much time I have, because if I have time, I would like to reread it, because it was a really good book. And there was a tie in this category, so there are actually 4 nominees, and the 4th one is Shadows of Self by Brandon Sanderson. Will not be reading that one. Next is Best Young Adult Novel, and I am actually really excited for this category. I was really looking forward to the nominees and this to see what would shake out this year, because there are 2 books on here that I want to read. Carry On by Rainbow Rowell and Illuminate by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. A couple people I know have read both these books, like Nicole and Tara and Paul, and they've both had good things to say about them, and I've just been really interested. So I already have those books on hold at the library, and I will be joining in the read-along for them. The other YA nominee is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo, which I will be skipping. I have heard enough about the book and seen enough reviews to know it's not going to be my kind of thing, and I don't want to be unfair to the book and go into it already feeling negative about it. The Best Graphic Work category is the one I am most pleased about, because all 4 nominees are fantastic and I've read and loved them all. So Nimona by Noelle Stevenson, which I'm going to reread this one. I'm just going to commit myself to rereading this with the read-along because it's been so talked about. I really loved it the first time, and I want some whimsy in my life. And Descender Volume 1, 10 Stars by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen. Also, I've read this, loved it. I don't know if I'll reread it because I've actually reread the first couple of issues in it more than once already. But this one and Nimona are the 2 that I nominated in the awards, and yay! The other 2 are The Wicked and the Divine Volume 2, Fandemonium, and Saga Volume 5, which have been very popular on BookTube. Really enjoyed both of them, and I might use this as an excuse to start buying the trades. I really wanted to buy the trades of Wicked and the Divine since it's only on volume 2 now. And I would kind of like to start collecting Saga as well. So I don't know if I'll reread them, but if I do buy them, I might. The final category is Best Short Work, and I am also really happy about this category because I think a lot of people had more ideas for what to nominate this year. People have just been talking about more short fiction on BookTube since the last award season. So Binti was nominated by Nnedi Okorafor. I will reread this one because I nominated it and I loved it, and I think it's going to show up on a lot of award shortlists this year. The other two are Midnight Hour by Mara Robinette Kowal, which is a short story from Uncanny Magazine. You guys know me. If you've been watching my short fiction videos, you know I love Uncanny Magazine. This was one of the very first stories I ever read in Uncanny Magazine. I think I read it because Otavio recommended it to me, and that's how I discovered this magazine existed, and it was really great. I'm very happy about this one. And the final thing is Perfect State by Brandon Sanderson. I'm gonna guess that's a novella by him. I've never heard this one before, but it's Brandon Sanderson, and I'm not gonna be reading it. But all of you guys have fun with that. So that's the 2016 BookTube SFF Awards shortlist and what I think about it. I'm getting really excited just going through this list because I've read so many things that I really liked, and I think it's a pretty strong shortlist. My only complaint, just a little wee complaint, is that there is no science fiction in the best novel category. That's a little bit disappointing to me, especially because there was a tie and there were 4 options, but fantasy is definitely more popular on BookTube than science fiction is, so I will be quiet about that for the rest of this. So there you go. That's what I think. If you have any thoughts on the shortlist, you want to share them, please comment down below. And thank you for watching, and I'll be back with another video and probably more BooktubeSFF Babbles in the future. And until then, bye.